What's up, car audio champions? Today we got an exciting one. We're checking out a newer brand of Brazilian amplifiers called Marts. Now you can check these out at bigjeffaudio.com. I'll put a link in the description, but this is the MP5000 1 ohm version, and this is their premium series of amplifiers. They make a couple different categories of amps, and this is the premium version. And this is the 5,000 watt 1 ohm. They also make this in the 2 ohm version depending on what your setup is. So let's go ahead and check it out. Right off the bat, I will say for a Brazilian amplifier, this is very heavy. So the aluminum, they used a lot of aluminum versus some of the other Brazilian amps are pretty light. So this feels like it's got a lot of good aluminum heat sink on it. You got your logo on the top. You also have a limiter light, power protect clip, and then a high voltage and low voltage indicator light, which is pretty cool. That's a nice, definitely a nice feature. So let's go ahead and check out the sides and see what are on the ends. Alright, and on this end we have our 1-aught inputs and 2 cooling fans. Let's see what's on the other side. Alright, and on this end we have our 8-gauge speaker outs, bass boost, gain, frequency, high pass, low pass, limiter, and a level. And this actually uses 2 RCA inputs. Some of the full bridge amps only use 1, so this does use 2. And also there's your limiter. That's a nice feature so you don't blow your stuff up. You can actually set that to a max volume. Similar to a feature on some of the DSPs, so that's pretty cool that they put that limiter function in there. So then you can adjust it, and also then you have the corresponding LED on top. So pretty cool. A lot of guys been running these, and a lot of guys been having really good luck with them. So this is going to be a fun one. I've never done a Marts before. So on this particular model, the spec sheet says 5,900 watts at 1 ohm, 4620 at 2 ohm, and 2620 at 4 ohm. So they're getting very precise on the numbers there. Usually it'll just say 59, 48, so maybe there's something to that. And then you get your just general instruction sheets. They also give you mounting screws and an Allen key for the speaker and the power inputs. So let's go ahead and get this thing hooked up and see what it puts out. Alright guys, 4 ohm test. The specs say 2620 at 4 ohm. Oh, so it definitely passed that. We got 2865 at 4 ohm, uncertified, and we drew 307.8 amps. And as always, I'll put the results up with the efficiencies at the end on a chart. But let's go ahead and get ready for that 2 ohm test. Alright guys, 2 ohm test. Specs say 4,620 watts. So let's see if this thing can hit 4620. Oh yeah, it definitely did it. 4,649 watts at 2 ohm. We drew 537.8 amps uncertified. You can hear those cooling fans kick on. And they'll kick off when they're done, which is nice. Very good, man. This thing's definitely putting out more than it said. And even on the spec sheet, this thing's way more, putting out way more at 4 ohm and 2 ohm. So let's see what 1 ohm does. Alright guys, 1 ohm test. Let's see if we can hit 5K. And yes, we did. 6,606 watts at 1 ohm. And look at that current. If you guys are looking at this amp, make sure you got electrical. The max voltage, 724 amps. So it's drawing a lot of current, but it's putting out big power. Alright, let's go ahead and do some dynamic tests to see if we can squeeze a little more out of this thing. And again, I'll put the charts with all the results up at the end. Alright, 4 ohm dynamic burst. 3,113 watts at 4 ohm dynamic. Very good. 2 ohm dynamic burst. Wow, 5,500 watts at 2 ohm dynamic. Very good. So this thing does put out more dynamically. Alright guys, so far this amp's really blown me away. As you know, dynos are really hard on amps, and a lot of times the full bridges end up popping because they just can't handle the stress that the dyno puts on them. So this thing's been passing with flying colors through the abuse. So very good so far. Let's go ahead and do that final 1 ohm dynamic and see what crazy power this thing can put out. Okay, 8,900 watts dynamic at 1 ohm out of a 5K. So this is crazy power this thing's putting out. Well, let's go ahead and check out all the results of the testing. So as you can see, it did very well. The efficiency was really good. Actually, I'm not sure what's up with that certified 2 ohm and 4 ohm efficiency. I've never had one go that high, so I don't know if it was my meter or what, but nevertheless, excellent efficiency, excellent power output. Alright, and here are the insides of the amplifier. As you can see, this amp uses toroidal power supplies instead of SMPT, which some of the full bridge amps use. They also did a nice job of securing the components with the silicone, because bass rattles stuff, and a lot of little amp failures happen from stuff simply rattling loose. So they did a really nice job. Also, the heat compound is very clean. Nothing's messy. So it tells you something when an amp is really put together, clean and meticulous. It tells you something about the quality. In the center there, we got Yecon 2200 microfarad, 200 volt. What are those? 105 degrees Celsius caps. And over here, the smaller caps are odd cap, 3300 microfarad, 25 volt, 105 degrees Celsius caps. So very nice amplifier. Performed really well. Looks very clean and well put together. Well, that sums it up for this one, guys. This amp passed with flying colors. If you're interested, check out Big Jeff Audio to purchase one. And if you buy anything from Big Jeff, don't forget to use the HiFi Vector discount code at checkout. So, really good amp. I can't say enough. It hit all the numbers. It did not skip a beat. It's strong. It did not go into protect. I had no issues on the dyno whatsoever, which again, for full bridges, sometimes it's hit and miss. So this thing is a total workhorse. Nice build quality. The internals look great. Lots of aluminum heavy-duty heat sink. Well built. So this one's a winner in my book. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I might try a couple more of these because they look really nice. And they perform well. So who knows? Maybe there's something about these. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. If you could like and subscribe, it would really help me out. And until next time.
Please be advised, no amplifiers were harmed during the making of this video.